All right, good evening, everybody. Hope you're doing well out there. Welcome in to the stream. We've got a fun one tonight, and I'm definitely looking forward to it. We're gonna dive into really making a push on these freelance SD40-2s to get them done. We've had them on the workbench far too long, and I'm gonna hopefully over the next couple of days really make a push to get both of them done, starting with tonight. So hope you guys are looking forward to hanging out with me as I get some work done on these. I hope that you guys are all doing well as well. I had an absolute blast at the Amherst show on Saturday. Unfortunately, had to cut my trip a little bit short and come home Saturday night, but it all worked out well. Got some work done yesterday that I wouldn't have done otherwise. So all's well that ends well, that's for sure. And I hope that everybody else that went got home safe. I know Dennis just got home a little bit earlier this afternoon, waited out the storm a whole bunch, and I know a whole bunch of other people were doing that as well. So anyway, happy to have you all out there. Let me stop and just check to see who's out there. Adam's back from his third day at the airport. That's awesome. Garrett's out here. Ed's out there. Ed, welcome in. Wow. Yeah, on Monday you can actually be here. No club today due to the weather, or what's going on? MTP's out there. I'm wondering, that's got to be Sam, I'm guessing, from the Model Train People account. So welcome, Sam. BN Ironwood's out there. Welcome in. Chambersburg, Chambersburg and Western Railroad is out there. Dale's out there. And Scott is out there, as well as Brandon. Awesome. Hope you guys are all doing well. Happy to see you guys all. Awesome it is, Sam. Hope you're doing good, Sam, and everybody else too, of course. Okay, so we've got two SD40-2s to work on tonight, and they're both in various stages of completion. One of them is almost ready to be wired up, and then the other one still needs a little bit of decal work and then some weathering. So let me get you guys zoomed in, because it looks like I've got you too far away. I hope Britt and Bronco are watching too. I had to get pulled away from a Netflix show to come down here. Britt and I were watching Bridgerton on Netflix, and I'm far too involved in that show. I'll openly admit that as an adult male, I'm far too involved in that show for my own good, but enjoying it nonetheless. Got a bit of a tangled mess going here. All right, so I'm trying to decide what I want to work on first tonight. I think let's work on doing the decaling for 32. There's not a ton that needs to be done. I really just need to get these cabs to match. Maybe you guys still aren't zoomed in enough. Dennis is all for the repainting of the B and CS unit. It's a really fun story that both of us are really enjoying. He's actually, so Sam, the story behind the whole thing is that Dennis purchased these new as a part of as a tag on to a Chicago Northwestern order. That's why they're C&W spec with the nose gong and everything on them. So he purchased them new and tacking onto that order. Realized that the BCC&S really wasn't a 6-axle friendly railroad, and because of that was looking to offload them. So he's traded them to me for a pair of Elcos. So I sent him an RS11 and an C424 and cash for two lightly used SD40-2s. So he's actually modeling the two Elcos that I traded to him. He's actually, I don't know that he's going to do I think he's going to do the RS11 in N scale, but he's actually, I had an undecorated C424 shell in HO that I gave to him. So he's going to do the C424 in a modern appearance in HO. And he actually just got the chassis to do that at the Springfield show from my good friend Paul Ponarelli. So more to come on that. I won't spoil anything more as far as, appearance is concerned and that sort of thing for Dennis, because I'm sure it's all stuff that he's going to share possibly tonight on his stream if he ends up going. So we'll see. I'm not sure if he's going to end up going or not. It sounded like he had a lot of digging out to do at his grandma's house. So we'll see if he ends up going. I'm sure he'll talk about it, and I'll look forward to being there to watch him talk about it. But anyway, let's get the little bit of decal work that we need to do done on the chip out version. So again, for anybody that needs the refresher, we're doing 2 of these. One is a brand new fresh repaint as of 2005 that's going to be in the Operation Lifesaver paint scheme here. This is number 31, so technically our class unit as far as the 40-2s are concerned. And then this is number 32, which still needs a fresh coat of paint as of 2005. Again, these were acquired in, I think we wrote it in as 1985, so 20 years of being stored outdoors, hauling salt. This thing's gonna look a little rough, for sure. And you can see, the BCCNS is fighting its way back through on both sides of the locomotive and on the roof as well, as you can see. So definitely lots of work left to do, but I'm looking forward to getting it done, that's for sure. I don't know, as if I'm loving what this is looking like. Let's see. How's the brightness look to you guys? Am I looking overblown, or? Ooh, that's gonna definitely overblow it, isn't it? Set that back. Oh boy. Hello. Ay. Sorry about that, guys. I'm on a new monitor tonight. Garrett actually ended up sending an old TV, a smaller TV that he had my way, and I'm just getting used to the way stream looks on it. It's great because I can see everything that's going on in OBS so much better, but I'm just getting used to what it looks like on that screen, and it looks a little overblown on that screen, but if I look at it on my laptop, it looks fine. But before we get too far, I do want to just share with you guys a little bit of what I picked up at the show in Springfield. A lot of what I picked up is now in various other places, so I won't be able to go through all of it, but I do want to show you at least a few things. This is one of 3 bathtub gons that I picked up, and some of you may have already seen this. Garrett, actually, I did a factory reset on it, so I'm not super worried about your settings, thankfully. But yeah, so I picked up 3 of these bathtub gons from Atlas. These are really nice gons. Athearn and Intermountain have both done bathtub gons, but neither of them really have the weight that the Atlas ones do. So these are going to eventually end up in the freelance scheme. These will be GWTX scrap gons, all 3 of them. So I'm looking forward to getting that project underway eventually, because it's kind of working out where the 2 big commodities that come off of GWT are scrap and salt. Salt obviously is a big one, as we've talked about, but scrap's the big one off of what's in real life, the GVT side of things. So kind of looking to model the 2 big commodities off of the 2 short lines that I'm kind of combining into my freelance. The 2 real life short lines I'm combining into my freelance as I go here. So scrap is the one that needs to happen for GVT as far as that's concerned. But as far as hauling salt is concerned, this is a really exciting purchase. I picked this up at Springfield as well. This is an undecorated SD45, and this will be the third 6-axle motor in the kind of trio of regulars on salt service. The way the real Genesee Wyoming transport, or the real G&W does it, there's usually like 4 units on a salt train. 3 of them are usually 6-axle. 2 to 3 of them, I should say, are usually 6-axle, and then they'll sprinkle in a couple of Jeeps. So I'm going to kind of try to replicate that as best I can. The real G&W also does have an XSD. Actually, they have 2 XSD45 car bodies. So I'm going to try to replicate that sort of roster as best I can as well. Now, the interesting thing is going to be that this actually is not going to be in GWT paint. So you'll have to stay tuned as far as when that project starts. It's going to be a little bit. I still have the SW8 project in front of it in line, so it's going to be a little while until I get to this one. It'll definitely be after the RPM at the very least, but after the RPM, a lot of these projects are kind of go to on-stream projects only. I'm not going to be working on them in my spare time just because I really need to start hunkering down and focusing on getting a lot of the projects on the main layout done before the 28 National Convention. So once the RPM rolls around, you guys on live stream will still start to see a ton of these projects. It's just that they're not going to be getting worked on outside of the live streams, so they're going to take a little bit more time to get done. Anyway, how did everybody else's weekend go? I hope nobody's trapped by the snow. I know everybody got walloped. I had to snow blow my driveway twice just because the first pass it was so deep that the snowblower didn't get it all on the first pass, which was crazy. But I'm glad I got home on Saturday night from Springfield, that's for sure. Hey, Santa Fe guy, welcome into you as well. And yeah, definitely Springfield is a show that everybody who's able to get to it ought to try to get to. At least once in their life, if you can get there multiple times, do it. That's for sure. Well worth your time, that's for sure. Ooh, Adam's got his SN, so basically his narrow gauge, ruler's done. That's pretty cool. All right, I'm gonna get my GWT reporting marks cut out of the sheet so we can get those on the cab. And then I also have to figure out where I'm putting my creek route decals on these particular locomotives as well. Two snow days from work, Garrett? So you're not going in tomorrow either? Ugh. The 6 inches of sleet is the backbreaker there, isn't it, Scott? That stuff's heavy, no fun to move, that's for sure. All right, then I've also got to get the SD40-2 decals off of here. These are hard to see. Banu's here. Welcome in, Banu. So Banu and Brandon and their buddy Ben, which I don't know if Ben's out there or not, but we all stayed in the same hotel for Springfield and had a blast Friday night. Went out to the Steaming Tender with Dennis and Ray. I had a blast there, and then went back to the hotel, played some board games and stuff, had a blast. It was definitely one of my most memorable Springfield trips I've ever had, that's for sure. Enjoyed it a lot. Also got to get decals down for the number boards on the rear of 32 here as well. I have to pull those out of here. Let's see, where are my number board decals? I just said, oh, maybe are they still? Nope. I was hoping they were in the project end, but they are not. Oh, that's cool, Ed. Ed, I missed it. Why? How come you're not at the club tonight? Is there no club tonight? Or are you just taking a rare night off? There's my number boards. Okay, which ones of these am I using though? There we go. Probably these will work. Actually, probably. Maybe these. These are a little bit thinner. Definitely was a great time, Brandon, and looking forward to it again next year. Looking forward to hanging out more at the Sydney Shakedown and hopefully at Op Till You Drop as well. If that ends up being a possibility. Oh, I just cut the wrong decal out. Whoops. Oh, I did try to scroll up. I didn't see it. Sorry, Ed. Yeah, not plowed. That's a bummer. Okay, we got some decals soaking in here. Let's get a couple of them out of here. See what we can do. Hopefully you guys can see this okay. Still need to figure out what I'm going to do. These had beacons on them. And I don't know that I'm interested in keeping up with the CNW spec quite that much with a locomotive that's supposed to be in 2005. So I may... I don't know. I don't know how hard it's going to be to remove them. That's the big question. I guess we'll see. Oh, there's an excess piece of film on this decal. I think. Maybe not. Yeah, hopefully it will. Hopefully it will. Maybe we'll get some other Rochester guys we normally wouldn't in the stream. Would be nice, that's for sure. No beacons are lame. All right, well, we'll see, Garrett. I've already got all the other lighting functions wired up already. Oh, Bronco. Hi, buddy. You guys can't see him, but he's here. Bronco says hi, everybody. I thought somebody was down here. Anybody got a flamethrower? Can't say that I do. Would have used it on my own driveway if I did. Okay, we're looking pretty good on that side. Let's flip it over. Actually, I'll let that dry for a minute and I'll do the number boards on the back while it does, just so that it's got a little bit more ability to be jostled around without ruining things. Oh wow, that fits like a glove. I have a terrible ability to actually choose the right size decal for number boards, but it seems as if I've got the right one in a rare turn of events. Nope, Bronco's not a new dog. We've had him we had him since he was a puppy. We got him in 2020. He was our COVID pup. In fact, his middle name is Vid. Broncovid. Because, we've just got a weird sense of humor in our house. Alright, those are on. Oh, I'm not even working in screen. You guys gotta yell at me for that. Yeah, the jet engine would be pretty cool. Welcome in, by the way, Mitch. Okay, good there. 6 next month, huh, Bronk? He's still down here hanging out. Just chilling. Hi, buddy. Please, I don't think you need to sniff that, actually, though. What are you doing? Alright, where'd the rest of my decals go here? I know I had the other GWT cut out and soaking. Right? Thought it did. Okay, there's the 40-2. We've got a fun development that should be happening at some point soon, as far as Circa is concerned, as far as Circa and rebuild programs is concerned. So definitely be sure to stay on the lookout for that. And speaking of Circa, the Circa Modelers meetup was probably one of my highlights of the entire Springfield show. Had a blast getting to meet so many awesome people. There's my other GWT. It was hiding on the side of the bowl. But yeah, it was great to get to meet so many awesome, people and trade stickers. In fact, I must have misplaced one stack of them. I'm sure they're in my bag somewhere, because I know this is not all of them for sure. But this is just an assortment of the stickers. Some of these are not from the Circa Modelers meetup, like the Iowa Scaled Engineering, but I've got the Arvada Western one. That one is a fella named Joe. We got the Denver Terminal one. Chris Ketch's T-Track sticker. Ohio Valley Terminal, the Rail Brothers. We've got Chris Wallace, his freelance. There's Garrett's, and then this is Chris. Oh my gosh, Chris. He models the New Haven Valley branch. Dennis knows. Hey Dennis, by the way. Dennis, what's Chris's last name? Why can't I remember it? He's a very nice guy. And very well known online, been published in multiple magazines. I cannot believe I can't remember his last name. It's embarrassing. But yes, I've got other stickers that I can't figure out where they are. Because Chris Ketch also gave me his freelance sticker. So that's somewhere. And then there's a couple other people who gave me stickers throughout the weekend that I can't seem to locate. So I got to go back through the bag and see if I can find them. Adams, thank you. I should have known that, but I didn't. Okay, yeah, but yeah, it was a fun meetup for sure, and spurred on a lot of interesting ideas. Dennis and I actually, I kind of feel bad because I kind of rode Dennis's coattails a little bit, but Dennis sent his B and CCS boxcar out west with Jeremy and Jimmy from Arvada Western and Denver Terminal. And when he said he was doing it, I was like, oh man, maybe my salt car ought to go out there too. So the GWT salt car and Dennis's boxcar are headed west, and both of us are looking forward to seeing our cars on the layouts and dioramas out there. Jeremy and Jimmy do such a phenomenal job. I couldn't believe my eyes when I saw all the dioramas they were working on the second section podcast when they were on. Really cool stuff for sure. Okay, so let's see if we need to do any sort of fine-tuning of these decals at all. The 32 is not straight. Hopefully I can get that loosened. Yep, I put those on earlier today. I came down here earlier and started working on things, and I was like, you know what, this is really good on-stream work. So I didn't do all of it, but did at least get some done. Okay, the SD40-2 marker is a little crooked. Let's see if I can get you guys zoomed in any further. Hopefully that's good. Oh, it was Chris's idea? Oh, that's cool. Yeah, definitely be on the lookout for more collaboration between Circa and home shops as well. There's definitely some exciting stuff that'll be happening with us and home shops soon. No Circa cars just yet, but there'll be mailers for Circa going out with lots of home shops orders in the near future, and maybe even decals eventually as like a free sample, but we're not there just yet. Yeah, Brandon, definitely would love to have a Shenango connecting sticker. You know, maybe I'll actually be able to hold on to that one and not lose it like I did half of the stickers that I got apparently. Actually, my book bag's right here. Let's see if we can just take a peruse through and find them all. Oh, there's at least one of them. There's Nick's Mountain Pacific line sticker. And any other ones in here? Oh, there's my Motown Models LEDs that I picked up. I'm excited to try those out. Forgot those were in the bag apparently. Uh-oh. Maybe Chris didn't give me one of his stickers. I don't know. Yeah, maybe he didn't. Now that I'm remembering, because I think maybe I already have one of his. I do already have one of his. Okay. So that Nick's might have been the only one I was missing there. But yeah, I'm also really excited to have those Motown Models LEDs. I've struggled as of late to find a reliable source for LEDs. So I'm interested in trying these. I got two different styles. This style is pretty interesting. Oh, fuel oil is expensive. I get it, Chambersburg. So this style are really interesting. They come with the lenses on them already. They 3D print their own lenses, And then it's also heat shrunk on the back to prevent light bleed, which is really intriguing to me. You guys know I am very, very, very type A as far as light bleed is concerned. They also twist the leads to make them more manageable, which is really cool. So I am very much looking forward to trying these. These could be my new go-to LED. They're a little bit more expensive than the ones that, you know, are very clearly coming straight from China. But you know what? I'm willing to pay a little bit more if they're going to be good, you know? So I'm looking forward to trying those. The next project that'll get those is likely going to be the SW8 project, just because I've already got all of the LEDs ready to go for these SD40-2s. So these will be set to the side, and then these ones are just regular 0402s with no lenses on them or anything, warm white color and everything. So yeah, looking forward to them. It should be pretty awesome trying to use these, and if they're good, then they'll be my new go-to, that's for sure. Hey, John's out there. Welcome in, John. Okay, John's been... Yeah, I think I remember you telling me that, John, actually. So, yeah, it was good to meet that guy in person. Been following his work online for a long time, and it's just phenomenal work. So, it was cool to meet him. Okay, decals are done there. The only thing I have left to do decal-wise is put my creek route signage on these. There's a couple of different slogans that I use for locomotives. The creek route one, I don't know if you guys are even going to see it on there. Creek route one is right here. And then I also have one that's called Pulling for Glow. That's going to go on the SW8. And for anybody that's not local, Glow is the Genesee, Livingston, Ontario, and Wyoming County region of New York, abbreviated GLOW as far as that's concerned. But they kind of lump all 4 counties together as one like economic area. So that's going to be the slogan that goes on the SW8 when it comes time to do that. But the 40-2, this 40-2 is getting the regular old creek route slogan. The OLS SD40-2 will not have a slogan on it at all. That's just because it's got the OLS on it. And I'm trying not to make them too crazy busy with stuff that distracts. You know, and plus the slogan thing I feel like is a bit of an old school thing. I don't see that happening a lot with newer paint schemes. So being that that's a fresh repaint as of 05, the OLS unit, I'm thinking that's gonna kind of go away on the newer paint schemes, on the fresh paint schemes. So that one won't have it. This one being a 1985 paint scheme though, will definitely have the old school pulling for, or not pulling for, the creek route decals on it. We can handle it. Wait. Wrong railroad. Nice. So on the GP30, it basically went on the battery boxes, so that's pretty much where I'm planning on putting it here as well. It's just right there. The creek route. There we go. There's one side. We'll deal with it. Yeah, that's a good slogan for the GLOW region. We'll deal with it. All right, so that's it as far as decals are concerned. I'm gonna let those dry up, and then we'll get some Solvaset on them. But in the meantime, we can keep plugging away with a little bit of decal work that's still left to do on the other 40-2. I guess we'll take it. Oh my gosh. All sorts of random slogans, yeah, absolutely. Okay, so we got a little bit to do. Oh, apparently starting with re-gluing on the horn because that popped off. That's fun. We got MU cables to put on now that the plow is officially glued. Also have grab irons to reinstall, cab glass to put back in as well. And then I really do need to figure out what I'm doing with the beacon before I get much farther as well. Like I said, I don't know that I want to deal with the beacons, but I can if I need to. Pulling for shareholders, yeah. Modern UP could definitely have that slogan, that's for sure. Not on little old GWT though. There's my... Pull my... No, Ed, you know what, that's who needs that scheme. I hope he thinks it's funny. Tim needs that scheme, or that slogan for Finger Lakes Northern on his freelance. Or, you know, my main layout is prototype, but, you know, Finger Lakes Railway, obviously that would be fitting for that as well. Yeah, the GWT's already got its goofy slogan. They got wasted today. You know, anytime we've got a mishap as far as paint's concerned. So I'm gonna get hopefully for the last time, I'm gonna try to glue these MU hoses back on. They keep popping off, unfortunately. Come on, man. Hey, Josh made it. We don't have to get on. I can't talk tonight. Sorry, guys. I don't have to get on his case tonight. That's good news. Okay, I need my tweezers. I just moved everything around, so I'm still not used to where everything is. Well, that's silly, Tim. Welcome in. I hope you like our slogan we came up with for Finger Lakes Northern. I hope you let us know if you missed that, because we just talked about it. I would imagine you had to make it. Mark safe from Discord harassment. Yep. For now, Josh. For now. So what's everybody working on tonight, by the way? I haven't had the chance to ask that question yet. I know Tim was working on clearing his driveway. He's got my utmost respect for clearing that driveway by hand, that's for sure. These MU hoses do not like to behave the way that the Details West ones do. Okay, please. Please stay. Please stay. Stay. Garrett's moved on from what he was working on earlier today, which I was excited to see, to N-scale decoder work. Awesome. Scott's fast at work on the sand facility. Looking forward to seeing more of that, Scott. I was curious. I didn't know if you had a... Oh, yeah, I think I did know that you had a 3D printer. So that's cool that you're able to print as much as you are. I think I drilled the hole out for this a little too big, which is why it doesn't want to stay. So let's just jam more glue in it, you know? What could go wrong? That's cool, Ed. Drew actually emailed me and asked if I wanted to fill the last slot. I've still got to talk to Britt, though, because I don't know if I'm free. You know, plus, just coming back from Springfield, I don't want to push my luck too far, you know. Might start the coal silo kit. That's cool, Tim. It's a good thing you feel like you got the energy after shoveling that much. Oh my goodness. Okay, please. Urgh. It's just running digital trains, cool. Sounds good, Ed. Hey, Joey's here. Welcome in, Joey. I didn't announce anything yet, but I was alluding to some of the things we talked about earlier with Circa. And that some exciting new developments are being developed. Okay, please stay. Hey, Chris is on. Welcome in, Chris. Yeah, we were just, I was just talking about you. I couldn't remember if you gave me a sticker at Springfield. Careful, SpongeBob. Yeah. I couldn't remember, though, Chris, if you gave me a sticker at Springfield. It turned out that I already had one of yours. I was, like, looking, searching high and low, thinking that you had just given me one, but it turned out, no, I was good. I already had a sticker from Chris, so we're good. Okay, so MUs are on. I suppose one of the next things I can do is start to work on getting the cab glass back in here. I know I don't have enough cab glass. I'm missing cab glass for, I don't have enough to do both of these locomotives. So we're going to have to figure out, something's going to have to give as far as cab glass is concerned. And I'm hoping that I was able to pick up in Florida, actually, because last weekend I was in Florida. I don't ever, publicize it when I travel, just to be safe, but last weekend, the weekend before Springfield, I was in Florida. My wife and I got away for the weekend, and I found a place, Colonial Hobby in Orlando actually had a set of replacement glazings, so I'm hoping those will work for me. KTT, the rail fan, that's Kevin. Welcome in, Kevin. I was wondering if I'd get more Rochester guys in here with the snow. And I'm happy to have you guys for once. I'd like to have you more often, but I understand that running trains sometimes is more fun than hanging out with little old Paul. So that's fine. Hopefully I'm able to. I haven't decided. I really ought to do windshield wipers on this thing, but I might just wait on doing those. Just because there's so much work. Cab glass is going in pretty well. I should really probably be gluing it in, but I haven't bothered just yet. put an AC unit in the window, and well, then what's the one on the roof for? We're a slightly, and I mean just slightly, more classy operation than, you know, consumer air conditioners in the window. We treat our crews a little bit better than that. Ooh, that's a good question, Dennis. Let's go to the interwebs. Dum, ba, ba, bum. 2006 was when Finger Lakes did it. The one on the roof doesn't work, gotcha. Cooking up an idea, okay. I'm in. I don't even know what, but I'm in. Okay, so good news is it looks like I've got one whole set of cab glass. And as far as the rest of it's concerned, no idea where it is. So, 31, we'll have all stock cab glass. And then 32, we're gonna be creative. Oh, already fallen out. I knew I should have used some glue. There's that. A little applicator. No, we actually like our crews a little bit here on GWT, so we put air conditioners in there, and ideally they work. Oh, okay. Oh, you New Haven foamer. I know what you're doing. A little bit of glue in that one. I think I'll try to. Let's see what's loose. If I do one of these, does anything pop out? No. Okay. I'm just going to do a light layer on all of the windows just to hopefully ensure that they stay put. And then there's not a ton left to do with 31 before we start soldering it up. I mean, I can only imagine you, a New Haven foamer, who has New Haven written into his lineage, you know. I can only imagine what it would be, Dennis. That's so funny, Santa Fe guy. Deluxe accommodations, that is for sure. I'm not Happy with that. Got a little bit of glue on there. I was hoping we might find a Rob in here tonight with no club. We'll see. No AC allowed on the Shenango connecting, Brandon. Jeez. Okay, so CAD glass is good. I think I want to put a Sinclair antenna back on the roof, but I don't know if I should bother doing that now. I'll try to put it on now, and if it doesn't stay, it doesn't stay. Where did I put my tweezers? See, the problem with getting a bigger workbench is there's more workbench to lose your tools on. Ah, they are hiding underneath 31. Hey, Lee, welcome in. It's a pleasure to meet you this weekend. I was just showing off stickers, actually. I showed off yours. I think I've got it here. I believe this one was Lee's. Oop. That one's Lee's. Heart Railroad. Ted, welcome in. Happy to see you. It's okay. We won't hold it against you that you were late. I think that's where we're going to mount this Sinclair. I just got to straighten it out now. It's a pleasure meeting Ted again meeting Ted for the first time this weekend as well. Okay, that ought to work for the Sinclair. Happy with that. And then I still just have to figure out what I'm going to do about the beacon. I don't know. I have some Details West beacons here. I suppose I could get LEDs into them. I don't know if it's going to fit on the base that I already have, though. Oh, that's not the right bin. I'm actually out of the Wallace ones. I don't think yeah. See, the weird thing is the C&W bases are funky. I think I may just do something to like blank it out. So like the base of the housing is there. I've already got accessory lighting that I'm doing like with the number boards, so I just don't feel the need to do a beacon as well. Like and I would never actually be using it. Oh, it's not, I mean, I literally have functioning rotary beacons. Yeah, I mean, it's not that it's not possible to do it. It's that I want to get these done is the big issue. I don't know. I could try to get this housing pulled off of here so that I can use the Details West one, I suppose. Let's see how this goes. I'm modeling 05, Sam, so like the beacon wouldn't necessarily be in use, but it may still be on the locomotive, if that makes sense. I think I've got, yeah, okay. Well, I got it out, so that's good news. And I suppose if I got it out, you guys can peer pressure me into actually doing it. I guess, if you guys insist, I'll let you peer pressure me into doing it. have here? Do I only have one, though? That's going to be a pain. John, with all due respect, the thing I want you to send me are some trout hatches, my friend. Garrett will drive over right now and do it. Yeah, okay. All right. I've been successfully peer pressured. Thanks, guys. Appreciate your level of concern. It's kind of rude, but, you know, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Now, how does one use this? So there's my lens. I've got to get an LED in there. Garrett, coming with the hopper. All right. Garrett, I may need, you know, just one extra beacon here just so that I can get 31 done as well, now that I'm being peer pressured into this. Unbelievable what I let you guys just walk all over me. Why don't you? Ditch lights are going on. Don't worry, Sam. This is on top of all of that because, you know, I'm a nut. I'm a lighting nut. All right, so I'll have to circle back. Woo, careful. Easy, Paul. Okay, LEDs drying in the lens. Yeah, the Wallace ones I used were nice, but the 3D printed lens material is just a little bit too brittle for my liking. Yeah. Oh, Heath's in. Welcome in, Heath. Oh. Quick, let's change what we're working on. We've got to find a prototype. So I don't know if this tubing is, I don't know how this is supposed to, how you work. How you work. Tell me. I'm guessing. Okay, so these go on the bottom. There's like these little feet. These go on the bottom. Got it. I'm definitely going to have to deal with cleaning this up a little bit to avoid light bleed. Mr. Split Rock's in here tonight as well. Welcome in. Happy to have you. I know, I totally missed Heath at Amherst. Full disclosure, I saw Heath at Amherst. Heath and I talked quite a bit at Amherst. But, I don't know, somebody took it very seriously that I didn't recognize Heath in his Discord. But I promised that I did. Mostly. No, well, they did escape, but that was, I mean, it was intentional. Those I had to remove from the locomotive when I put the decals on the nose. So no big deal. They'll go back on hopefully tonight. We'll get to that. We're doing pretty good on time here. Okay, need a little bit of glue. Uh-oh. Probably should have waited to do this instead of trying to get it all gluing at the same time, but oh, bother, said Pooh. No! It's all falling apart. See what you guys made me do. All this peer pressuring for what? Nothing but a headache. There we go. That Model Train People Discord is a fantastic Discord, that's for sure. Dennis and Sam, if you feel so inclined, feel free to share a link for your Discord if you'd like. And if any of the admins want to share one for mine as well, if anybody's interested in joining, feel free there. Both are communities filled with lots of passionate and talented modelers, that's for sure. Oops. Model Train People Discord's perhaps a little fuller than my own, but, you know, it's not that that's a bad thing. Too much peer pressure. Yep, that's right, Kevin. Too much peer pressure. It's a shame I wasn't, or maybe it's a good thing I wasn't a popular kid. I never got peer pressured to try drugs. Obviously, if I can get peer pressured into a beacon installation, I would fear to know what would have happened if a younger me had the opportunity to be peer pressured. Thank you, Garrett and Dennis. Okay, I'm really leaving the beacon alone this time to dry. Okay, what's next? Let's think about this. So hopefully our MUs on the front of the locomotive are dry, and we can spend a little bit of time worrying about the rear of the locomotive. We need to put a coupler cut lever on the rear of the locomotive as well as the MUs. And I know I had a set of MUs, spare MUs somewhere that were good ones. Just got to find them. Here they are. Oh, my music stopped. Oh, yeah, I didn't have it on repeat. Here, thanks. There we go. Now it shouldn't stop again. I need to get some more songs in there, but I haven't had the chance, so. Okay, so here's my spare MUs. These are gonna be slightly different than the stock ones. So, actually, let's see. Maybe I'll just try to use, if I can get these off of 31, or off of 32. There we go. I'll just get away with using this on the rear side. And then I'll use the new ones on 32 when it's time. Because I should really focus on doing that before I've got a bunch of other detail on there. Where am I getting my song? So, Ted, once you're a YouTube partner, you get access to YouTube Music for Creators, and it's just in there. Andy, welcome in. Happy to have you, regardless of if you're running late. No worries. We won't judge you too much. The fact that you're here is the most important part. Ow. Ooh, I just poked myself. Oh, dang. Wow, that was crazy. I just embedded one of my micro drill bits into my ring finger. Glad that came out all in one piece. Holy cow. These might be too small. I gotta clear a little bit of... Hey, 1 hour late for the Late For Sure Limited, Chris, is not bad. Call the ambulance. We've got multiple EMTs in the chat tonight, so I think they're already on the way. Put another... Excuse me. Sorry, guys. I'm still getting over a cold, and I don't have a cough button. But, yeah, I just scrolled up and saw Ed's comment. Out of quarters. Lee used to be an EMT. All right, cool. Oh, and I broke the bit. Cool. We're doing great, guys. We're doing really great. What could go wrong, you know? Cell phone rail fan, welcome in. Oh dear. Oh man, what a shame. Chris. Okay, hopefully those are all cleared out well enough that I can get my MU, or not my MU, my coupler cut levers in. Yep, they're going. Perfect. I'm guessing that's the... Oh yeah. I forgot that was Sam's personal. I did know that. Made the swap. That's cool. Alright, hopefully you guys gotta yell at me when I work out of frame. This cut lever is a little busted, unfortunately, but I'm gonna have to keep my eye out for a replacement set, and this is gonna have to do for now. Come on, stay in there. There we go. Okay, so that's in. I need to clean out the MU. I don't even know what you call this hole for the MUs. Now. Just needs to be Circa shopped. Maybe go through a Circa rebuild program? What? More to come. Looking at Sam instead of the project. Yeah. Well, they can't look at the project, you know, if I keep taking it out of frame. So maybe that's why Sam's getting all the attention in chat. Okay, I have low expectations for how well these MUs are going to go back in. Get a little glue on there. Okay, that one went back in well, but it's the other one that I'm concerned about, quite frankly, so. Blame Heath. I'm going to zoom back out a little bit because I think part of the reason I keep taking it off camera is because I'm not zoomed in, or I'm zoomed in too far. So hopefully that'll help. All right, one more MU to go on. Definitely, I mean, there's tons of detail that's got to go back on this thing. So we're definitely not done. Far from done. And, well, suppose this is probably not going to stay with the amount of handling I have to do, but we'll try. And if it doesn't, we'll reapply it right before I go back upstairs for the night. Let it dry overnight. There we go. Tom, the project is the SD40-2s in general. I've got a couple of them for the freelance that I'm working on. We did a little bit of decaling work on this one. In case you don't know the story, there's a really cool story behind these. These are former Balfour and Colucci Creek Southern SD40-2s, which is Dennis, Mr. N-Scale Train Boy's freelance. The story goes that I bought them off of him and traded him a pair of Elcos in 1985, and my freelance I modeled in 2005. So the story is that, you know, 20 years of sitting outside and hauling salt has been not very kind on him. So you can see a little bit of Dennis's scheme kind of chipping through underneath my Genesee, Wyoming transportation paint. That's the blue, and you can see his numbers and a little bit of his logo coming through there. So that's one of them. And then the other one is modeled in brand new fresh paint just out of the booth in 2005 with the Operation Lifesaver paint scheme. So, and then yeah, Dennis is working on his on modeling the two Elcos that I sent to him as well. So lots of storytelling, having some fun in the freelance cinematic universe, that's for sure. Yeah, bought power from Dennis's freelance, and you know, showing that through the modeling, which is fun. Trading the Bluesmobile for a microphone. Well, I think, as you can kind of imagine by the name, my freelance, which actually takes over the original Genesee and Wyoming as a salt hauler before they get to be the Orange Borg. I'm kind of trying to follow the same storyline that they did a little bit, which was, you know, they standardized on EMD, and so we're doing the same thing, trying to model a similar roster of locomotives, that's for sure. Sounds like you need a split rock mining company gondola. Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah. Are those coming soon from somebody? Okay. Happy with how everything on this part of the locomotive's looking. The next step is going to be putting the fans back in. I genuinely do have a scrap industry, which we were just talking about earlier. I just got my first few cars for the scrap facility at Springfield. So those will be going in Genesee, Wyoming transportation paint here soon. And I do have a B&CCS scrap gun already, so that's pretty cool. All right, let's get a little bit of glue on these radiator fans, and we'll get these back installed. Uh-oh. Garrett's got a decoder throwing a fit. Yeah, I somewhat agree, for sure. Tom, that's kind of what I'm trying to portray on my freelance, that's for sure. As a prototype guy on the main layout, it's been a new learning experience for me, getting to do freelance things, and I really enjoy the storytelling side of this. I've always loved storytelling in general, and having the opportunity to do that through the freelance has been immensely enjoyable for me. So having stuff like this where the B&CCS paint is showing through is really cool. We're going to have an SD45 project that we're working on that I picked up an Undeck SD45 at the show this past weekend, and we're going to do a little bit more storytelling with that too, and really looking forward to it. Adirondacks is definitely full of Elcos these days. We're very fortunate in the state of New York to have as many Elcos as we do, despite the locations of them changing very frequently lately. And yeah, if anybody wants to hear the story of Genesee, Wyoming transportation, the last video that I put out, if one of the admins wants to put it in the chat, which was a prototype modeler's guide to freelance model railroading, has the story of GWT contained within it. So be sure to watch that when you have a chance, and you can get familiar with the full story of the GWT. Arco, you can trust this because you don't have a choice. Yeah, right. Yeah. That's part of the plan, Tom, and actually a little bit of what I've been alluding to with the plans for Circa here. So definitely going to be some stuff to stay tuned for in the next couple of months out of Circa as far as rebuilds are concerned. So technically, I believe, I've got to check with somebody, but I believe technically I would have bought the SD45 from where it's coming from already derated, but we'll see. Woo! And again, this is, this is a way in which I'm telling fun stories with the EMDs, but I'm still actually following the prototypical roster of the real Genesee, Wyoming, Rochester, and Southern pretty well. They've got a pair of rebuilt SD45 car bodies, derated to SD40-2s, so. Good evening, Ray. Welcome in. Happy to have you, my friend. Great spending time with you this weekend. Enjoyed having dinner and hanging out at the hotel as well. It was a blast. All right, I think I'm happy. We've got the fans back in there. You can see them all nice and silver. Awesome. Jeez, Garrett. Stuck in the Frozone. I just think of the movie The Incredibles when I hear Frozone. Where's my super soup? All right, what other detail do I have left to put on this thing? I don't think much. Is that really it? Are we ready to? Oh, I've got to do grab irons still. Grab irons, and then I'll get the shell back on the chassis and wired in before I do handrails, because handrails is usually the last thing I do. Still snowing, yeah. I'm glad I left when I did on Saturday night. I started getting really weary Saturday about staying, and so I bugged out, and I'm glad I did, because it definitely looked rough, and thankfully I didn't end up having to burn an extra PTO day. All right, Chris, we'll see you. Thanks for stopping by. Okay, I've got some grab irons to put back in on 32 here, so we can get that done. And then, oh, I put the F's for marking forward. Yeah, I'm sure Sunday looked fun. Genuinely looked like a lot of fun. And I was definitely having a little bit of FOMO, for sure. Dennis looked like he was having a blast just hanging out. How many opportunities do modelers really have to just hang out and shoot the breeze? Usually there's an op session happening where you're worried about running trains, or you're at a show and there's 1,000 things happening. And it's not very often that modelers just have the chance to enjoy each other's fellowship. And that definitely happened on Sunday, and I was sad to miss it. But, at the same time, I was glad to be home, glad to be warm. And I wish I would have had the mental forethought to snow blow halfway through the snowstorm, because right now my driveway is still a mess because it got so deep that my snowblower couldn't get through it properly. The hotel after the show is definitely the best part of the show. We had a great time hanging out Friday evening at the hotel, but definitely missed doing that again on Sunday or Saturday and into Sunday for sure. Okay, grab irons. We're gonna put our grab irons that are missing back in. We've got one to put in back here, and then two on the nose, and then I think, I've got the, I don't know, what are these? Are these technically mirrors? Is that what these little detail parts are that go on the cab? I think they're mirrors technically, but you know, that'll show you that I'm not really a true rivet counter. That's for sure. It'll melt in June, yeah, right. -15, yeah. Only person who showed up at work today. Oh man. All right, so I've just got to punch through the decal film in order to get back to where these grab irons go. Hopefully on the right side of the film. Guess we'll find out. Looks like it. Okay, gotcha. Either mirrors or wind deflectors, maybe both. Perhaps both. So Dennis, did you decide if you were streaming yet tonight, my friend? Yeah, mirrors and, yep. 32 is going to be modeled in pretty good shape. 31 is going to be modeled in pretty good shape. 32, on the other hand, you can see both sunset shades are missing, and probably those wind deflectors as well. That's going to be, you know, a little bit rougher a shape, that's for sure. All right, cool. Looking forward to seeing your HO scale haul from the show. Halfway through the day on Saturday, and I will recognize, to be clear, that his haul got a lot more N-scale centric as the show went on. But halfway through the show on Saturday, all Dennis had was HO scale stuff. That was all Dennis had picked up at the show. So I had to give him guff about that. But yes, his haul did get a lot more N-scale centric after I had seen his initial purchases. Oh, cool, Tim. A very naughty N-scaler indeed, Dennis. But if you want to see what Dennis, I'm assuming Dennis is going to talk about what he picked up at the show. He usually does that sort of thing. So if you want to find out what Dennis picked up, be sure to tune in to him after I'm done here at 9. He'll be on right after me. As per usual. Anybody else have a chance to listen to the Around the Layout episode this week, though? Hopefully you did. It was a blast recording that with Ray, and you know, really important subject as far as our hobby is concerned and the future of it. So if you get the chance, if you haven't already, make sure that you go listen to that, because it's important. It's important to understand the hobby in which the direction in which our hobby is moving, because it's in good hands with the younger generation. But you know, it does definitely look a little bit different than it may have previously. And it's important to understand why. Okay, those grab irons are in. I was going to paint these to match the Erie gray green, but I kind of like that they're the normal color green. I might keep it like that, actually. I sounded good. Oh, thanks. I appreciate it. Eric just finished it on the way home. Awesome. As long as they aren't yours. Dennis, let's be clear here. Yours are one of the main sets of hands that the future of the hobby is in. And they are very, very good hands, my friend. As much as you want to self-defecate. In good humor, of course. Oh, cool, Tim. What is the airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow? Ah. I think I need a new pair of angled tweezers. These ones never seem to want to work right. Come on, man. I just drilled out the hole for this grab to go into and it doesn't want to go in. What the heck? Yes, Dennis, I did mean deprecate and not defecate. Although, hey, I don't know what kind of humor you're into. Maybe that's it. That's the rail fans complaint, yeah. I should really be wearing gloves because I can see fingerprints everywhere on this dang thing. It's already clear coated, so I'm not worried about that at least, but if I want to dull coat this, I'll have to go back and touch it up. Okay. That's on. I need to get my forward marker on there. Oops. How big of a sprue is too big? Ouch. Hamburg show. The Hamburg show usually has a tool guy at it, Garrett. So, if you're going to that one, and I think it's only in a couple of weeks, you ought to be able to grab a pair there. I should probably also grab another pair of tweezers there myself, if I'm going. I don't know if I am. We'll see. Okay, where was I? Yes, we're gonna get the F put back on to mark forward. I don't know where that ended up. I had it on there at one point. Oh, here we go. Actually, I already had one cut out. The Hamburg show. Garrett. They do a Thanksgiving time one and then one in the, this time frame. I think it's soon. I don't know. I'll have to double check. Or if anybody else wants to double check, feel free. Western New York Railroad Historical Society spring/winter show. Otherwise, your next bet might be the next GSME show, which I think is in April. Actually, yeah, I'm pretty sure Hamburg show is before the RPM, which means it's less than a month away, which also stresses me out that the RPM is now less than a month away. Oh my goodness. I have so much left to do. As far as the planning committee is concerned, we're in great shape as far as the planning committee is concerned. I myself, this is my list of stuff that I still have to do. I made a list yesterday just so that I could remember. I've still got the old workbench and shelf down here to get lugged upstairs. I'm working on a junction for the Fremo modules, which is not done yet. We're working on the SD40-2s. I finished my wireform tree presentation for the RPM itself, and then I've got to deep clean the layout and the basement itself. So plenty to do before the RPM, that's for sure. The Free People's Western Rail Society of New York? I don't think so. All right. I think we're good as far as the long hood section of this is concerned. I do want to try to get the wind deflectors / mirrors on this particular one, on 31. So let's see how well that's going to go. Whoa! Went flying. To-do list, I should make, yeah. I should put a to-do list on my to-do list. Yeah, Andy. No, actually, the problem is that I want to see so many of these things happen that I volunteer myself to do them. And that's really what it comes down to is, these things are happening because I wanted them to happen. And, I am the guy who's, pushing everybody else and then finding myself overwhelmed. That's really what it comes down to. There's a great group of people on this RPM committee, for sure. But I pushed for our RPM to finally have its own chance to stand on its own and to be a part of the committee that plans it. So definitely thinking that in 2026 I need to think long and hard about the commitments that I have within the hobby, other than, my personal ones, and start to make sure that, you know, I'm doing the ones that I want to do well, rather than doing a ton of them, pardon the French, half-assed. So I really have started to think about that. You know, Upload Express, I was a driving force in getting that off the ground, but I think that project is to a point where it can stand on its own without me, you know, being one of the driving forces behind it. So that's going to be kind of one where I take a back seat. NERX as well is one where, you know, I've had a blast being on the committee this year, but I don't know as if I need to continue to be on the committee. I think Dennis is doing a great job, kind of being the layout tour chair within the committee. So I'm kind of happy to step back and just film layout tours for it, rather than being on the committee for it every year and being a part of planning. So I'm going to try to take a step back on that. Oh, trust me, Split Rock. I'm doing plenty of things for the NMRA. That's how I got into the show for free. Was volunteering at the NMRA booth and catching up with all the Northeast region guys about all the projects that are happening, which was good. Enjoyed that. You know, one of the things that I didn't have as much time to work on this year that I really would have liked to have more time to spend working on was the young people in model railroading stuff. You know, I got that video out, which was great. Had the chance to talk to Ray about that, and that really kind of spurred me on to take that a step further. So I'm looking forward to talking with more of the college clubs in our area. Starting in March, I'll have the chance to talk with the guys at RPI about their involvement with the NMRA, and then hopefully we can go from there. You know, like I've mentioned a lot of places, but the Northeast region of the NMRA is really in a unique place to be able to take advantage of having college-level model railroad clubs within our division. So we ought to do a better job of taking advantage of that and making sure that all of those college clubs are, you know, well aware of what's going on in the NMRA. You know, again, it's not a rah-rah join the NMRA sort of deal, but it is. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so that clearly needs to be not there. Yeah, it's not a rah-rah join the NMRA sort of thing. It's a, hey, come look how cool the NMRA is. And when you graduate college and you're looking for your next model railroading community, if we've done our job right, your next natural place to look for that model railroading community ought to be the NMRA, because we've got 4 years to recruit you. And when you finally got a little bit of disposable income for yourself, should be a no-brainer. Are they ranked? I don't know. Garrett, are they ranked? Oh, where'd the rest of my wind deflectors go now? They seem to be missing. Uh-oh. Do wind deflectors go on... Do I have this right? Do they go on the front and back? I had holes for the front and back, but now I don't seem to have any more wind deflectors anywhere. Well, the engineer can have them and the conductor can go climb a tree, I guess. Oh, there's one. Ah, there's the other one. Oop, I had it. How toxic the school's admins are. Oh gosh. Tom, how, I'm just curious now, I think the University of Minnesota has a model railroad club. How involved is the Twin Cities division with them? Do you do anything with them, or they just kind of do their own thing? The Static Grass League. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we're starting a lot of, well, locally here in the Lake Shores Division, we're doing a lot with RIT, or as much as we can, given that they're, still full-time college students and have their own layout to build and whatnot, and trying to be understanding of that. But, we're trying to involve them when it makes sense to do so, for sure. And I'm looking forward to learning how other divisions with college model railroad clubs are doing that. I know the Hudson Berkshire division has kind of been doing a better job of that than the Lake Shores has for the past few years. With RPI, getting a lot of help from the Hudson Berkshire and now the Northeast region. Oh, the three. Okay, gotcha. That is the challenge with college model railroad clubs, though, is not just in RIT's case, there's not really a lot of faculty involvement in general. So you're trying to make contact with and foster a positive relationship with a brand new person within the club every 4 years. And thankfully, Garrett and I have I count Garrett as a very close friend now, not just, a contact with RIT, but a very good friend of mine, which I appreciate. But, there's going to come a time where Garrett's not there, and we're going to have to figure out how to communicate with the RIT club all over again, so. Okay, I'm really happy with the amount of detailing progress we got done tonight. Pretty much the only thing I've got left now. You definitely know your. Oh dear. Oh dear, Garrett. Yeah, the only thing left now is I got to get a little bit of clear part cement into the. Hey, Billy, welcome in. Happy to have you, my friend. Speaking of backing out of, responsibilities, Billy has graciously accepted a bigger role within Upload Express, which is allowing me to hopefully have the chance to focus on the young people in model railroading stuff a little bit more, along with RPM and all the stuff that I oh, come on. I'm trying to be more involved with, so I certainly appreciate Billy being willing to step up and help with Upload Express, because it definitely needs to continue. It's a very, very important part of our hobby, making sure people understand how truly easy it is to get involved, and having content creators ready to step up and help with that is super important. So I appreciate Billy being willing to help with that, and I'm sure he's going to do a hell of a lot better job than I've been doing. He's already asking questions within our Discord group that make me feel as if we're in good hands. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't have to shovel, but definitely need to go back out and snowblow again, probably tomorrow. Exactly, Billy, exactly. In fact, as far as T-Track's concerned, you don't even need a power tool. It's pretty great stuff, absolutely. Half a super liner of snow. Unbelievable. I cannot believe Athern did that with a pre-production sample. That was crazy. Yeah, Dennis, and that's the thing is next year we need to be filling out a whole wing of that layout with Upload Express modules. We need a ton more content creators building modules, getting them sent in or traveling to the Big E, and we need to really show how easy T-Track is in order to inspire more people to model. And then maybe once that's done, maybe there's other projects to be taken on. But in order to get to a point where we're able to do that, I needed some help, and I'm sure Dennis did too, and Andy, of course, getting there with that project. It needed a little bit more leadership in order to do that, for sure. So, yeah, at the end of it, it was 1.5. Yeah, that was crazy. I just noticed that I might be peaking. If my audio's peaking, let me know and I'll get it adjusted. Glad they use. Oh well, funny you should say that, Thomas. It's his Dennis's buddy Eddie did try to measure with an N-scale GP or SD9, lost it in the snowbank. Exactly, Mitch. Exactly. Anybody can figure out how to do that, without a doubt. You'll show the N-scale, Mitch? Perfect, Dennis. Andy's modules, oh my goodness. Those were the coolest modules at the show, without a doubt. The coolest ones at the show. Just so, Dennis, or Andy's, I don't have any video to show myself, but Andy's basically looked like architectural drawings the whole time. And man, they just, phenomenal. They looked phenomenal. I told Andy I don't think he needs to even bother painting them. It just looked so cool as an architectural model style, Yep, RIT measured with a Challenger. That was hilarious. I mean it though, Andy. I mean, sometimes model rareting is far too focused on prototypicality and trying to match the real world so accurately that when you see somebody really interpreting it as a piece of art like that, that it's really refreshing to see. And I think T-Track, more than anything else, really lends itself to being able to do that. T-Track is a perfect, sort of canvas for artistic expression in model rareting, not just a prototypical expression. You can really be creative in T-Track and not worry like you have to on a main layout. Like if somebody did their whole main layout like that, it would be cool, but I think it would lose its novelty after a while, if that makes sense. Whereas T-Track modules, that's cool all the time. That's cool to see everywhere you go, for sure. Oh, we have plaques for, okay, that's cool. Yeah, modeling prototype scenes, but the sentimentality was there for both you and I, Dennis, for sure, and Billy and Danny. That was more than just. It was more than just, a scene, a random scene. All three of us were modeling our childhoods, or in your case, your dad's childhood, and still a place where you grew up and spent a lot of time, regardless. So like that's an artistic expression, more than just any one random scene. That's for sure. So it means something, and I think that was the beauty of Upload Express, was that all four of us kind of got the chance to do something we may not normally have done. We got the chance to really express creativity and tell a story in ways that we wouldn't have been able to previously. I definitely would have never had the opportunity to model anything in my childhood like that without T-Track, that's for sure. I don't model that area on my main layout. I don't model it on the freelance. So a small little vignette like that was the perfect way to do that. And I think that's one of the beauties of T-Track, aside from how accessible it is that you have the ability to model smaller portions, a small scene, a postage stamps type scene. I forget who coined that phrase, but that sort of thing, that's for sure. If you can't tell, I pretty much ran out of stuff to work on tonight, so that's why we're just kind of spending these last few minutes chatting. But it's vignettes. Yep, absolutely, Dennis. Exactly, vignettes for sure. Man, it was a blast. I made my dad cry when he saw the video that I put together of the T-Track module and everything, which. Postage stamp scenes, yep. That was my nickname in high school, was Postage. But yeah, the sentimentality of it was really special, and I didn't really mention it in my video, but my dad had some major health problems this year. He spent time in the hospital, and there was, in 2025, it was a rough year because there was a point where we almost did lose him. And that's kind of about the same time I was starting to think about modeling this scene, was, just to have something to pay homage to him, regardless of if we had lost him or not. And thankfully we didn't. He's healthy now and, at home and doing great. But it was definitely rough in 2025, and in some ways doing that module was a little bit therapeutic for me. To be able to kind of say thank you to him in a way, or offer some sort of gesture to say thank you to him for fostering my love of trains. It was certainly special. I mean, it's a little complicated, Tim, but trust me, there was some guys with some really complicated T-Track modules there. That's for sure. Yep, there's Dennis's link, which means our time here is almost over. But I do appreciate you guys hanging out with me tonight and listening to me ramble these last few minutes. It's not often that we get the chance to just sit back and talk, so it's nice to be able to do that as we're wrapping up. But I appreciate everybody tuning in. I had a blast. We got a ton of work done on both of these SD40-2s, and there's a chance maybe next week we're doing some LED lighting installs and getting everything wrapped up. We'll see. But yeah. Yeah, glad he's still with us too, Andy, for sure. All right, guys, I'll see you over in Dennis's stream. Thanks so much for tuning in tonight. If you're new to the channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button before you leave, and I'll see you next week, if not beforehand, with a new video. I don't think there'll be a new video this week. I've got a wireform tree video to edit, but I don't think that's going to come out until after NERX. So, all right, guys, take care, and I'll see you next week on Talkin' Trains. Adios.